And I'm going to head over to Jackie, because Jackie, obviously, spent a long time working in the police, and it's really fascinating, this What Three Words app, isn't it? Can you just give us a demo of how it works?
I just think it's absolutely brilliant. Hopefully we can bring it up. There you go. As Jason was describing, there's that grid across the whole of the world, really, and that's water, you know, any terrain you can imagine. And to actually just find out where you are, there's an arrow, as you can probably see at the bottom right-hand corner. So if you click on that, which I've just done, so we're currently sitting in coins, hired and venues. 3 completely random words, which are easy for someone to sort of say and to be understood, most importantly, on the other end of the call. And even if they haven't got the app, although I think the majority of emergency services do have it now, just tell them and they can download it and find you so quickly. Yeah, it's incredible, that, isn't it? So I want to ask you as well, Jackie, about just making a 999 call, because you might think, oh, well, it's obvious, you just ring 999 and you tell them what's going on, but there's actually a way of doing it efficiently, isn't there? You know, if you're in danger or there's something bad happening. So what are your thoughts on what you should do? Well, it's something we're taught as children, isn't it? It's drummed into us, 999, you know, and I think what's important is that you know how to do it, what to expect, and also the situation that you would use it. But because most people, and the average person only uses 999 probably once or twice in their whole lives, and that's a moment of generally very high stress. So being prepared for it is really important. And it really is for emergencies only. And you go through to a central switchboard, and where you'll be asked whether you want the police, ambulance or fire brigade. But don't forget, you've got Coast Guard and Mountain Rescue available to you as well, obviously depending where you are. But it's so important that this is an occasion where there's some danger to life. There's an ongoing crime or a threat of violence, serious injury, damage to property or a medical emergency. So those are the really top-end calls. If there isn't an emergency but you still need help, you've got 101 for the police or an online crime portal. Or the NHS 111 for urgent medical problems. But the first thing you'll hear is somebody asking which service you need. So just say to them, if you're not sure, just say, this is what's happening, what do you think? And they'll put you through to whatever you need. The number you're calling from is really important, because if that line goes dead, they can call you back. And try and stay calm if you can. Listen to the questions they're asking you, and so that they can assess your need really quickly and get that help to you as fast as possible. Now, as an ambulance, if you need an ambulance, the first thing they're going to ask you after that is the patient breathing? Because obviously that determines how quickly they need to get someone to you. Where are you and what's happening? Now, if you have trouble with communication, you know, particularly on the telephone, some people struggle with it. There are ways actually that you can use your phone to still get through to 999. If you know that you have that difficulty, you can register using your iPhone or smartphone, and you text register to 999 in advance. So when you get that emergency, you dial 999 or download an app called Relay UK, and that's free, and that will put you through to a sort of an assistant who help you make that call. So if you're struggling, if, for example, you can't talk because you might be in a domestic violence situation, you can text, and as long as you've registered your phone beforehand. Or if you can't hear very well, you know, if you've got a speaking disability in some way, and it's going to be a struggle for you. If you've got that set up already, you've got an assistant to help you, although it does take a bit longer, so it's exceptional circumstances. So one of those things is the registering with that 999 text service. The other is an app, the Relay UK one. And then what else have we got in terms of apps? Well, if you're... well, there's a common myth, isn't it, that if you just stay on the line, somebody will come and find you. Sadly, not true. But if you aren't able to speak and say what's the problem, where you are, if you enter 55 on your phone, the handle will recognise that this is an emergency and they'll call the police and send them to your location. But you have to keep that line open, but just press 55. But your phone can help you in other ways. There's various Android phones have different ways of setting up an SOS message. Samsung Galaxy, for instance, you can add up to 4 contacts and they'll receive an emergency alert when you press that power button on your device 3 times, and that will send your location, a picture of your situation and an audio message, and that will be automatically sent to your contacts. The wonder of phones.
Yeah.
And on an iPhone, you have, if you've got an 8 or later, if you hold down the side button and one of the volume buttons until the emergency slider appears, continue to hold and you'll see a countdown come down.
Yeah.
And that will automatically call the emergency services for you. Anything earlier than that, press the lock button 5 times.
Yeah, yeah. It's really good how you can use your phone in so many different ways.
Oh, it's just incredible.
But it's really important, though, as well, and I feel like we should always say this whenever we talk about something like this. Don't ever use it if you don't need it for something serious.
No, no. I mean, there's legendary stories, isn't there, about people who use it, you know, their takeaway's cold or they're having a row with a neighbour and, you know, about the tree overhanging the fence or something. You know, there are ways and means of dealing with these things. The 999 system is not the one.
Yeah. Well, Jackie, thanks for coming in and explaining all of that. Put your hands together for Jackie then.